Yeah.
Be allowed.
I feel like I'm in the restaurant and I'm like trying to order and my dad's like, speak up.
No, I'm so sorry. I was like, maybe it's not the AirPods' fault. Maybe it's just Taya's fault.
No, but I was always that kid. I was like, for my first like not half of my life, quarter of my life, my mom did have to order for me, like everywhere we went, until my dad was like, she's not a child anymore. She can't act like it. Make her talk to a stranger.
You're like, I have anxiety. Fucking leave me alone.
I have anxiety and I choose to not confront it because I'm 7.
I don't know what it means.
No. All right. Episode 12.
Howdy ho.
Howdy ho. Welcome to the Lonelycast. We have a guest. This is a very exciting, momentous occasion. First ever guest, Taya, one of my good friends. Brittany's just meeting Taya for the first time.
Everybody say
Yes.
welcome, Taya.
Welcome, Taya.
I can't hear you.
This episode's going to be pretty exciting. I'm kind of a little bit excited, a little bit nervous to talk about it. I'm not sure where it's going to go yet, but we'll see. We're talking about sex, to put it plainly. Good old
SEX.
intercourse. Good old fornication. Whatever that might mean for anybody, really. Yeah, I mean...
I'm the sexpert. I've been
Yes.
invited on, not because...
Oh yeah, self-promo, what the hell?
I've been invited on not because I'm actually a sexpert, but because I really like talking about sex,
Yeah.
and that's my qualification, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Taya does have her own sex podcast. It's called the Reverse Cowgirl Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It is available on all streaming platforms, so if you want to hear a bunch of people talk about their sexual lives and experiences throughout it, and their opinions on sex, go there.
Yes. It's very intersectional, very open-minded, and I'm not educated whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm the everyman.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm a
Every
virgin,
day.
so
I'm a virgin.
I'm just here for an extra take.
That's really... It's really not helpful, Brittany. God.
Yeah, sorry. I'll go change that right now.
Okay. We're going to take a short break.
I just need 5 minutes.
Totally. And then, actually, I mean, first subject I would like to ask everybody about is their first time. So, you know, guess first.
Have you guys talked about it before?
I mentioned my
I think
story.
we did on like our fan fiction episode for some reason.
Yeah. But I mean, I can go more into depth. I don't know how much more into depth I want to go.
Mine's not like a great story. It's just really sweet. I lost it to my high school girlfriend, and and we were obviously high schoolers and gay, so we lost it to I think it was the Nutcracker on vinyl.
I thought you meant like the Nutcracker Barbie movie. That's what my mind went to. It was on in the background.
Yeah. That is also very gay.
Yeah.
Would be.
Yeah. And we had like this beautiful rose incense smoke going up, and it was really, really nice. It was great. It was in her bedroom, and her dog was just sitting outside the door because I didn't want to do it with the dog in the room.
Respect.
Wow. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Just thinking the stark opposites between like a gay girl's first time and like a heterosexual first time.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that sounds very pleasant. Weird.
That sounds like something I would like to live. I don't think that's even happened to me yet in my life.
My first time with a guy was not like that because I can't remember it. I was blackout.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it took for it to happen. So
all I was thinking about while like before this is I was like, this is gonna be 3 bisexuals talking about sex, but it's all just going to be our sexual experiences and how like just men in general. It's gonna be very weird. But you know what? It's good.
The disgust dripping off of the word men.
Yeah. No, but we love them, clearly.
Sorry.
But
Clearly and unfortunately.
Yeah. Those two can coexist.
I'm really trying to disengage myself from the I wish I was a fully gay person. Ugh, men. Discussion, I guess, or rhetoric, because I feel that I am being biphobic when I say that about myself. I feel like it's very disrespectful to my sexuality to, like, feel ashamed of the male part of it. A little bit.
I like that. I think that's really good. Something I'm definitely going to think about, but, I mean...
But still, fuck men, so...
Yeah. And also fuck them. No, but, like... Respectfully, I don't know. I have, like, much deeper levels to my disdain, but it definitely comes off as, like, ugh, I hate all men, and that's not it at all.
Yeah.
Clearly. But anyways, Brittany, your first time.
Well, I don't know how to follow that up, because that sounded very beautiful.
Yeah.
Mine was at a get-together with my high school boyfriend. I was, like, 16. Very drunk, guest bedroom. All of his friends were just, like, down the hall. One of them, I'm pretty sure, was, like, tapping on the window outside. Just what you would imagine from teenage boys. And then he, like, a minute after, got into a fight in the garage. And, like, spit in someone's face. And I was like, this is straight.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
so
God.
that was pleasant. No Nutcracker, no incense, just vibes.
Just, that sounds like straight testosterone on his
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
God.
So,
What was the fight about? Do you remember?
I have no idea. I just heard screaming, and then there was spitting, and he's like, we're gonna leave. I was like, well, we're not gonna leave, because we're both hammered, so who's driving? We were in, like, St. Albert or something.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I've never seen a fight where someone, like, spit on someone before. And I was like, if this guy beats the shit out of my boyfriend, I support him, because that's so disrespectful. But I was like, lose my virginity and then watch my boyfriend get the shit kicked out of him.
Oh, no.
What a time.
I did incorporate spitting into the fight scene that I wrote in my fanfiction.
Wow.
I know.
In a sexy way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Definitely, for sure.
Nice.
They got into a fight and then they spat in each other's mouths and it was very erotic. Very homoerotic.
Which one is
Okay.
this?
This is fan fiction? What?
Well, this is the same one I lost my virginity in. Except it was like the original. I lost my virginity in the sequel to that one. The fight was important because it sent my love interest into a coma for like a month. It was a very high stress, emotional plot
What
twist.
the fuck?
Because then when he woke up, he didn't remember who I was. It was like a big, yeah.
That is so sad. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
I know, thank you. I have recovered since then, but some of my readers might not have.
That's so funny, because the part that you read on that episode was, like, the most romantic, beautiful, like, just poetic, losing your virginity. It's funny to think that all that happened as well.
Oh yeah. It was really it truly was a novel, like, for sure.
Did you guys ever go on Wattpad?
Yeah, that's where I wrote my fanfiction.
I still do.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm still on Wattpad. I just made a new
Yeah.
account, actually, because I
Did you
couldn't get into
actually?
my old one. Yeah.
We're on Tumblr too, so
Yeah.
I'm still on Tumblr. I'm still there. I'm not on Wattpad anymore. I'm ashamed.
Okay, we're gonna have to exchange handles. Tumblr
Yeah.
usernames after this. I guess my virginity story, I mean, I did mention this in the fanfiction episode. I mean, long story short, it was in the backseat of my mom's Ford Flex in the Kingsway Mall parking lot, in between school and math tutoring. It was, though, with a long-term boyfriend of mine. We had dated for like 3 years. And it was probably like 6 or so months into our relationship that it happened. Very little knowledge of what was actually going on. I can't really remember how I felt afterwards. I think I was just excited that I did it. And then I remember all of his friends were very, I don't know how to say it, but like, not excited, but like fascinated by the fact that my boyfriend was the first one out of the entire friend group to lose their virginity, because he just didn't seem like the type. So yeah, that was interesting. Actually, I spent a lot of time the other night on Facebook, going through my old Facebook messages and figuring out that I was not the problem in high school.
I was.
and that I just dealt with a lot of really mean and unstable people.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of mystery. I feel like I don't remember a lot of high school, and I always thought like, oh, I was just such a mentally ill and terrible person. Well, it's kind of like my gist of my understanding of how high school was. But then going back through my old Facebook messages was actually quite enlightening, because like I realized I was like, no, I was just trying to like cope with like people dumping trauma on me, people being like weirdly sexist, and when I called them out for it, they'd be like, oh no. Or like girls literally just messaging me out of the blue being like, I don't know why you're spreading rumors about me, blah blah blah, and like sending paragraphs of like, you're the worst person, after literally like the day before being like, oh my god, I love you so much, you're the greatest person ever. And classic. Like I always, I think from those exchanges, I would get those paragraphs and my first response would be like, huh? Like so confused. So I was like, was this like, I don't know. It was enlightening, to say the least.
Yeah, whenever I go through them, I'm just like, I was really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there was definitely a lot of, I got those messages all the time, and it was like people I'd never spoken to before, and they were like, why'd you say that? I was like, why would I say that? I obviously didn't. I was telling Abby that, like 2 years after high school, I heard that there was a rumor going around that I got like Eiffel Towered by these two guys that I like never really spoken to. There's this one girl that like wanted to beat me up, and I had no idea why, and it was because she was dating one of them. But I was like, I'm glad that everyone thought that my sex life was more exciting than it was, because I like wasn't really having sex.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, fun.
Has anyone here ever actually had a threesome?
No.
I barely like letting one person see me naked, so the idea of having two people seeing me naked is not for me.
Yeah. That's valid. Would you ever?
I would love to, yeah.
Yeah?
I think it would have to be the right dynamic, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would have to be either this is a couple and I'm like their unicorn, because then I'll be special and they'll treat me special. Like the princess I am. Or it's going to be me and like a committed partner, and we'll have somebody that we both mutually love. Mm-hmm. And we treat them special.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
I like that.
It has to be like an emotionally invested situation for me, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I am currently on a path towards a threesome with my friend with benefits and another person. But I'm not on Tinder, and neither is he. So we're like, I don't know. We're trying to figure out a strategy. I think the strategy is we're going to actually start having to hang out outside of like our hookups and like go out to like a bar or something together.
It's dangerous.
And look hot.
Oh my god, wait, you're going to be the bar sharks?
Me and
like,
my partner saw you cross the bar and we like your vibe.
No, I would no. Oh my god, because that's too cringy. And as someone who's like had that done to them, and I also think like the Tinder thing is like a little bit cringy too. There's a chance like if I meet a girl and we're down to have a sexual relationship, I could ask her and be like, I have this friend with benefits that's like interested in a threesome, would you also be interested? Or like if a girl came up to us at a bar or something and was like really hitting on us, I would like be down. Because I think, like, that's hot. And I would say, like, we're both fairly attractive. Like, he's very good looking. I would say that, like, that wouldn't be an issue. Because I feel like the biggest thing is, like, when you see, like, a couple looking for a threesome or whatever, the girl is, like, gorgeous, and then her boyfriend is, like, not so much.
Right.
But I would say he would have pretty good luck. I don't know how to... I think we could be pretty appealing to a bisexual person, so who knows?
I missed the opportunity for a threesome. It was a few years ago, and there was, like, literally out of a magazine, the most beautiful couple I've ever seen. And I was standing at the bar, and the girl was, like, glaring at me, and so I was, like, wanted to fight her. I was like, I turned around, and I was like, what's up? And then her boyfriend came up, and they were just talking about how they were, like, exploring new things, and they thought I was cute, and I was like, okay. I was like, well, I just came here with my friends because it was, like, someone's birthday. So I put my number in their phone for them to, like, text me later, but I was so drunk that I typed it in wrong, and I never saw it again. And I think about it all the time.
Oh my god. What bar was it at?
The Pint.
Oh, the Pint? Okay.
Yeah, I think they looked like business professionals. They looked like they had their shit together.
That's sexy.
I know.
Wow.
They could buy you things.
They would, like, bring you back to, like, a really nice condo downtown.
Ooh. They'd buy you... You'd go for dinner first, and they'd get you, like, multiple rounds of stuff and drinks and desserts.
Oh my god.
Wow. I think about it often.
There's, like, a porno running through my mind. I'm like, hold up, this is too good.
Yeah, it would have been a good time for sure. And I fucked up.
Speaking of porn, does anybody here watch porn? Consume porn? What kind of porn? Porn.
I kind of like OnlyFans better. Just because I feel like it's hard to find a porn site that's not horrible to the creators. But that being said, I don't know if you guys know Owen Gray.
You subscribe to him? Is it good?
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this person before.
Oh, he's really good. I've only watched him on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not paying for anybody. I should be. I know I should be.
But I mean, like, if you can get it for free anywhere, it's kind of like, well...
It's just, like, after, like, when I'm not horny, I'm not really in the mood to think about paying for porn, because I'm like, why would I do that? I don't even need that. But then I'm horny, and I'm like, I just want the porn now. I don't want to sign up for something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
why
do you like him?
I feel like he's, like, written by a woman.
Yeah.
He just, like, he seems like he really, like, actually cares, and he, like, just looks at everyone that he shoots with like they're the most beautiful thing in the world.
Hold up, I'm Googling it. This is extremely important content. I need to know.
He's got some sick
also,
tattoos,
he, like,
too.
Makes them come... Yeah, first off, his tattoos, incredible.
Right?
Yeah.
But he also makes them come every single time and, like, uses toys a lot. Like if the girl needs clit stimulation, he'll use a toy, and if she doesn't, he, like, sometimes doesn't. I don't know. You can tell that he, like, is actually trying to make them come.
Abby's face on the camera right now. Determined.
Is Owen Gray spelled with an A or an E?
E.
The fact that you know
I was
that.
like, this is a reggae artist. I was like... Owen Gray.
Yeah, and I think using toys is also a big thing, because I feel like
I've
a
seen
lot
it
of
on
men...
Pornhub.
Yeah. A lot of men are, like, scared, too, because they're like, well, am I not doing a good enough job or some bullshit?
Owen Gray on Tumblr.
He's on Tumblr?
No, it's just a hashtag.
Right.
Oh my god, they're writing fan fictions about him. Him?
Yeah. I don't like his hair. I don't think he's like his hair is sexy. I don't think that's. I wish he was bald.
Ooh.
We have some critiques. Shave your head.
I love that, to be honest.
Abby looks like a little kid, like, on their mom's phone, playing games.
Okay, good information to know. Jeez. Thanks, guys. Well, because I don't like straight porn, generally.
Neither do I.
I gravitate towards lesbian porn. And I also like threesomes, like, male, female, or whatever. Whatever. 2 pussies and a penis.
Right.
Episode name.
Yeah, and that's kind of like what I like, because it is more focused on the, like, pussy pleasure. I can't even... Gender inclusive language. The person with the vagina's pleasure is more concentrated on, I think, in those scenarios. But the way I consume porn, aside from, like, sometimes if I'm really just, like, wanting to get off quickly, I'll use Pornhub. But, like, I pay $65 a year for Dipsy, which I talked about on your podcast. But it's audio porn, and basically, like, a radio drama, except it's erotic. And it's literally the most life-changing app I have ever discovered, because first of all, it's great, like, it's phenomenal. So, like, you get voice actors and stuff that are telling a storyline, and, like, I don't know, it's just perfect. As someone who, like, was too scared to actually look up porn until they were, like, 18, I would, like, read fan fictions and stuff, or, like, just read porn. And so the audio porn is just kind of like a step above that, where, like, you don't have to necessarily see things. You can more so leave it up to the imagination and kind of form your own visions in your mind. It's all gender inclusive as well. They have non-binary, like, they have trans sex, and, like, everything, like it's perfect. And they have, like, little, like, dating scenarios and stuff too, which I haven't listened to, because that to me is weird, because I'm like, why would I, you know? But then they also have, like, things that are, like, getting more connected with your own sexuality, and, like, meditations. And then they have, like, sleep stories, so you can jerk off, cue up a sleep story, and then fall asleep.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's self-care.
It is self-care. Because our pleasure and our orgasm is self-care. Bada boom, bada
Exactly.
boom. True. It's a need. So, yeah.
Well, I feel like it sucks, but I feel like a lot of women feel ashamed to masturbate because people make it, like, I don't know, it's, like, weird or taboo, but it rocks. And I think everyone should be doing it.
Yeah.
I think beyond that, like, women try to and they don't like it, or they're like, a man can do it better, or, like, I don't know, they're scared of getting desensitized because they don't want to, because they've used toys, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many fears, and I think it stops women from doing it well. So even if you're mentally okay with doing it, there's this anxiety that comes with it, I guess. Mm-hmm. When it's just so much easier to, like, believe that a man can do it.
Yeah.
And only man can do it.
Yeah.
It's like a learning process. Sorry.
I was about to just make a joke about how there's some women who have never actually had an orgasm before.
A lot of them.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
But,
which I can't imagine a world in which I've never experienced an orgasm.
Have you guys watched Broad City?
Yes.
A little bit.
I was just thinking of that episode with Alana where she's unable to orgasm, and it's because she realized it has been happening since Trump's been in office. Like, she just hasn't been able to get off because of it.
Okay, wait, but that's, like, kind of accurate. Because sometimes I'll be trying for, like, over an hour, which to me is just a long time.
Yeah.
For my own hands.
Yeah.
It's a long time for me. And I'll be like, why is this not happening? And then I'll be like, oh, you remember that thing that your roommate said, like, 6 hours ago about you not doing the dishes, you should probably confront that.
There's an episode of Sex and the City, I think it's like season 4 or something like that, where Samantha, who if no one is familiar, she is like the slutty archetype, quote unquote slutty, for those of you who aren't watching the podcast or just listening. But she, like, every single time she has sex, she has an orgasm, and then one day she just doesn't have an orgasm, and she goes into full crisis mode. She's like, I don't understand, like, and she literally spends hours, like the whole day, trying to get an orgasm, and like finally gives up and stuff. And then like there's a funeral and stuff like that, and basically the whole premise is that the release that she actually needed was to cry, and she cried for the first time. And then she obviously got her orgasm back after that. But it's like, it's definitely true, where like if there's, I feel, maybe this isn't true for everybody, but like our mental and emotional state and what's going on can really impact that, I think. And like, it's important to like not use, well, I mean, use self-pleasure any way that you want to, but like obviously there's too much of a good thing, and then there's also like using things to like avoid coping with other bigger issues going on in your life.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Our bodies know.
I find that getting stoned and masturbating is the best. It not only feels better, but then it's also like you're no thoughts, so you're just like not thinking about your work day or like something that pissed you off earlier in the week, which could just be avoidant, but it's what I do.
But I think it's true, sex works better if you're not too much in your head.
Yeah, I agree too. I don't get stoned. I have, but I don't really like it. I get way too paranoid, and there's nothing good about it for me. But I love alcohol a whole bunch.
Yep.
Too much. This is not me being like wine mom culture, like I'm a recovered alcoholic. So, but sex is definitely better when you're drunk. I feel like you can do a lot more fun things. Like anal's a lot easier for me when I'm drunk. Yeah. I just like it more.
It lowers inhibitions for sure, and like that's definitely, I remember this, we talked about this in our episode on your podcast as well, but that's something that's like very walking the line, because obviously you want to be safe and you want to make sure that everything that's happening is consensual. And with alcohol, sometimes it is difficult, especially if you're drunk to a point where like you can't really consent.
Yeah.
Or if you wake up and you don't remember things the next morning or something like that. Like, those situations are very scary, so it's, like, very good to be cautious about it. But, like, definitely with any substances, I think sex can be better because it does lower your inhibitions. You're more willing to just kind of, like, give in to the moment and enjoy it. And then that makes me think, like, why can't we achieve that without substances, you know? Like, is there a certain way that you can train your brain or, like, work towards being able to approach sex that way almost every time?
That's a thing that I've heard a lot of people say, or women, I guess, or people with vaginas say, is that they like can't focus on the pleasure that they're getting enough to reach orgasm, which I get, because sometimes I'm totally like that too, like I said. But I think what works for me is like really focusing on like, it's not about your mental, it's not about in here what I'm feeling, it's like, what am I feeling down there? What am I physically feeling? And that's all that's in my head. Is like, it's like you're meditating and you're like just feeling the earth beneath your feet. But I'm just like, just feel the tongue on your clit. It's all good. Exactly. And that seems to help.
Just generally gaining an awareness of actually what's going on. And
but also, like, losing an awareness.
That's true, yeah.
Like, no thought of, like, what do I look like here?
Yeah.
Or, like, what do I sound like here? Like, no thought of even, like, I should make this sexier for them. Because that's the hard one for me, is I'm like, am I being sexy enough when I'm having pleasure?
Is this pleasurable enough for the male fantasy?
when I'm trying to come?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, speaking of coming, sorry, I just learned this. I don't know if it's common knowledge, but my friend was telling me the other day that for like men, there's a difference between coming and orgasming. Like, not every time when they just come, it's like not that pleasurable. Like, they have to orgasm while they come. I don't know.
What?
Yeah. Apparently they're not the same thing.
Well, because have you ever had sex with someone, a person with a penis, and they'll like come a little bit, but they're like, okay, I can keep going?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is like, they came, but they didn't orgasm, so they're not like desensitized to it yet. I think it's just that the penis lets out cum too early.
Pre-cum.
But it's not pre-cum.
Oh, it's not pre-cum?
Pre-cum's totally different because that has no sperm in it.
Pre-cum doesn't have sperm in it?
Mm-mm. You can't get pregnant from it. Unless you've got sperm stuck in the penile, the canal. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Everyone is lying to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they used to scare people with that. They're like, you have to be careful about pre-cum because you could get pregnant that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'd just be if they, like, just came, then the pre-cum would probably, like, the next pre-cum would probably have sperm in it. But that's because it's, like, still in the penis.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have an IUD. It doesn't matter to me.
Same.
It matters to our listeners.
Yeah. I had a YouTube video recommended to me today that was the scary history of birth control. And I have it in my watch later so that I can watch it, but I should have watched it before this so I could be like, all right, let's talk about birth control now.
Oh. Why would you want to watch that? That sounds horrifying.
Because I need to be learned.
Have you guys seen the needle for, like, the shot for birth control? Apparently it's fucking massive. It's, like, really painful.
That's for men, though, right?
No, I guess for women, too. I don't know. The IUD is the only birth control that I've had, so...
Oh. I've been on the pill as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pill's the only one I've done, and that did not last long.
No. That was a terrible, terrible, awful experience.
So bad.
Well, doesn't it have, like, a shit ton of, what's the word?
Estrogen?
No, my brain is off.
It's okay.
It fucks with your mood and, like, just your body.
Oh,
and...
Yeah.
If you're ingesting hormones, it takes a lot longer of a time to actually get to the area that it's supposed to, which is, like, your ovaries and your uterus. And therefore, it has a more intense impact on the rest of your body and your hormone production in those areas. So it affects your mood, it affects your weight, it affects, like, your hair growth and stuff like that, like your skin, everything. And I also was on antidepressants at the same time. I was on an SSRI, so I gained a shitload of weight. I did not feel like a human being anymore. And I spent most of my time for, like, probably 2 years straight dissociating and having various different identity crises. But once I got off of it, because I literally quit both of my medications cold turkey, which you shouldn't do, that was a bad thing to do. But I basically had, like, a little bit of a manic episode, but it honestly was really good for me, if that sounds weird, because I didn't do anything dangerous. I just felt really, like, unreasonably good about myself. And had a really great summer. So that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got back to normal, and eventually it all evened out, and, like, I'm fine now. But I definitely did a number to my hormone production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna think about going on medications, you're gonna have to plan, like, months in advance. Like, that you're gonna know that you need months for this process, because you're gonna be trying, like, at least 2 different medications, right? Like, it's never the first one that works for you. So you're trying at least 2, but like I got up to like 5 different antidepressants, and they all had like horrible side effects, like weight gain, becoming more suicidal, sex drive completely gone, and you just have to like be really aware of your body and like stick it out. And I am not willing to make that sacrifice for birth control.
Yeah.
Like, I'm willing to do it for my mental health, maybe, but for birth control, no. It's not worth it.
Nope.
Although, I did have to take the Plan B pill a week ago for, like, the first time in a while. I took it once in high school, and this was, like, my second time, and I forgot how much that fucks with you.
Yeah.
So, maybe...
Like, just for, like, days after, or, like, how long?
Like... 5 days after, I was, like, spotting bleeding and getting, like, random cramps. But, like, a couple times I had cramps that were so bad that I was like, what the fuck is going on? Am I dying? Is this a stroke? Like, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then my period started, like, right away. Like, I'd just gotten off of my period, so I had, like, a 2-week break between periods.
Yeah. Plan B is not fun. I have hormonal, like, I have the hormonal IUD now, and I found it didn't actually impact it hasn't impacted my body at all so far. But I have really bad anxiety about it, where I'm like, is it gonna fall out?
All the
Is it
time.
gonna scrape a man's penis? Because that has happened before.
It scraped a man's penis?
Not to me, but I've read about that happening.
Yeah, it's very uncommon, though.
Yeah.
But, like, every time I get, like, a cramp or something in my stomach, I'm just like, it's destroying my insides. It's not where it's supposed to be. Getting it in, like, it's been the best for me, because it's not for everyone, but I, like, don't get my period anymore at all. I get cramps sometimes, but getting it in was fucking brutal, because she was like, oh, this is too, like, the little metal, what is that called, to, like, separate? I don't know, the thing she was...
Clamp?
The clamp. She was like, this is...
I don't think it's a clamp. Sorry, that was...
The opposite of a clamp.
I know the listeners can't see what I'm doing, but just imagine someone, like, diving or digging. But, yeah, the metal piece was, like, too big. So she's like, I'm gonna go get a smaller one, and left me in this silent room with my legs up in the stirrups for, like, 10 minutes. Ugh. And I was like, I want to die. I kind of just want to leave. But, smooth sailing since then.
Yeah. Sounds traumatizing.
Oh, it was.
To have someone, like physically hold open your vagina. Horrifying.
Yeah. Like, my family doctor I've known for, like, years and years, and she's, like, made me feel pretty comfortable, but still, I was like, I'm gonna kick this bitch in the face. This is so painful.
It hurt?
Oh, yeah. It just feels like the most brutal, like, cramp. Like, it doesn't last very long, but it was like, oh my god, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So. But I don't have to get it changed for 5 years, so.
Nice. I can't remember where I saw this or heard this, but some lady one time was talking about cervical penetration for sex. Like a cervical penetration orgasm. And she was like, you haven't lived until you tried this. And I was like, that sounds like the worst fucking thing in my entire life.
It doesn't sound like she knows what she's talking about.
No, that, like...
I don't think...
Because that just sounds, like, painful.
Well, you for sure couldn't do it with a penis. Because it's tiny. Tiny little hole.
Yeah, so if a penis is, like, hitting your cervix, like...
That's painful.
It won't... First off, just hitting is painful. But if it, like, went in... You'd be, like, you'd be broken.
Yeah.
You'd be... Right?
Does she just mean, like... I feel like she means just regular sex, like, without clit stimulation. I feel like some people just don't know what terms. Because I'm like, that does not sound pleasant at all for anyone. I don't care who you are.
No. I don't know if you would necessarily be broken because we give birth through her cervixes.
Yeah, but your body naturally, like the baby doesn't force that open. The body opens itself.
Okay, but, like, what if... Now I'm just making things up, and I'm going to have to Google this afterwards. But I was like, but what if you work your way up to a point where your body welcomes it?
Why would you want to?
You might have to do that hormonally.
Cervical penetration, only able to be achieved when you are fucking well pregnant.
You're out here, like, shooting up with progesterone.
No. I'm about to have the best orgasm of my fucking life.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
No, I don't like to judge anyone for what they're into, but that sounds fucking awful and painful.
Yeah.
I don't kink shame here, but don't fucking do that.
Yeah. Oh no.
I kink shame. Why not?
Okay.
You know?
I actually take that back, because there's certain ones that I'm just like, that's something you need to unpack.
Yeah.
That's something you need to go see a therapist about, because that's
You're not going to be able to effectively work that one out in the bedroom. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm more of a, like, keep it to yourself type thing.
Yeah.
Keep it in the privacy of your own home.
Yeah.
Type thing. And if you bring it out, or if you start talking about it, people have every single right to say what they want to about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're, like, walking your boyfriend on, like, the city bus, like, I will kink shame you, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I'm not going to try to make some things illegal. Like, some things should be legal, and some things are just fucking weird, and I'm going to shame you, but, like, still do it. I don't know.
Who cares? Love yourself.
Yeah.
You're the only person that matters. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I've lost my spice a little bit. I haven't been in, like, a steady committed relationship in a long time now, and so I haven't been able to, like, explore my freaky side, because I don't feel safe doing it with someone that I'm not committed to.
Yeah.
But I don't know, we'll see. I've been in, like, a steady casual sexual relationship for a while, so there's no reason why I shouldn't be trusting my partner, but it definitely feels different.
Is there anything that you want to try that's a little freakier that you're not sure yet?
I'd be down to do a little bit of BDSM. Also, I really want to peg a man, but that's not really something that I can, like, bring up to my casual friends with benefits if he hasn't already asked himself. You know,
you bring it up as a
joke. Like that's something that my partner would have to ask me to do.
Bring it up as a joke, see how they react. Go from there.
That's smart.
If they're kind of into it,
but if it,
push a little more.
Yeah. But if you bring it up as a joke, they're going to think that you're, like, hating on it, and then they'll never bring it up again.
Oh, that's true.
They're going to be like, oh, they think it's a punchline. When it's my lifestyle.
Pegging is my lifestyle.
I thought it was funny. Pegging is my lifestyle.
I mean.
No, that's a good point.
He reacted well when I called his double handshake gay. Not that pegging is gay.
Yeah, way to go, Abigail.
But a man being into me is gay. So, where's the line?
Uh-oh.
Do you find it? So, can he say he's straight if he's into you?
I'm not going to tell him what he can identify as, but technically no. As a non-binary person, I'm not a cis woman. He is a cis man. But you know what? I'm not going to unpack that for him. He can do the work on his own.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, all of the partners that I've been with in long-term relationships have definitely been a little fruity, and I can say that with my chest. So there is that.
It's kind of like a gaydar for you, like if they're into you.
Kind of.
Okay.
But, like, it's more of, like, a thing that I discover. Like, obviously, I'm not, like, when I go to date cis men, I'm not like, you seem a little gay. I like that about you. I tend to like feminine men more. And then, like, as I get closer to them, I realize there definitely are layers. I think to every man there's layers of homosexuality deep below the surface, depending on whether or not they actually want to look at it. And they're in any way, whether that be, like, when they are, like, vehemently grossed out by homosexuality. I think that's, like, a big, like, gay flag.
That's layer one.
That's a big pride flag sticking up right there. But then, like, I don't know. I've always just, like, instigated conversations with my partners, like, as they've identified as, like, straight cis men, and, like, just brought things up and been like, hey, would you ever be into this? Or, like, what do you think about this type thing? And then usually the conversation, like, progresses and we talk about it more. In my first relationship, like, not so much. But, I don't know. It's interesting. The men that I have been in long-term relationships with have been a little fruity. First one, not openly so, but his friend group was very questionable in high school. Second one, definitely, yes. But, yeah. I'm not going to, like, disclose too much information on this, but, yeah. Dating me is gay, boys. Strap in.
Something I really appreciate about my current partner is I didn't feel comfortable talking about being bisexual with any of my past partners. Not that I'm, like, ashamed of it or whatever. I think it's more so just wanting them to feel comfortable, if that makes sense. But my partner's, like, will shout it from the rooftops. And he thinks it's awesome. But not in, like, a predatory, like, thinks that lesbians are hot kind of thing. Yeah. Just like, he's like, yeah, this is my bi-GF.
Yeah. Aww. It's bi-wife energy.
Bi-wife
energy.
He's got it.
Yeah.
That's cute. Good for you.
Yeah, it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking hot.
Oh no. How long have we been going for?
47
minutes.
Okay,
we're good for time.
I was gonna bring up casual sex, how we feel about it. Because I don't have too much experience with it because I'm almost always in a relationship. But I don't know, what are your guys' opinion?
I'm the same as you. I haven't had it very much. And when I do, it's normally, like, more centered on the other person's pleasure, just because I feel like it's not going to be good for me if I'm not, like, emotionally into it. So I have fun making other people feel good, and then once I'm, like, feel emotionally comfortable, which would be some kind of relationship usually, then we can go for that. But, like, casual is just not super my thing. It's fine.
My relationship with casual sex has definitely changed over the past few years. I remember, like, because, I mean, I had my first time with a guy I was in a relationship for 3 years, and then I kind of was thrust into the dating world. And, like, wanted to have all these different experiences and stuff, and wasn't sure. And, of course, like, every person that you come into contact in that way is different. Their bodies work differently. Their bodies look different. Like, and I was very overwhelmed, I think. And then ended up, like, having some casual experiences before getting into another relationship. But then, like, when we had, like, those breaks in our relationship and stuff, I, for some reason, I think just, like, I don't know what it was. It was almost a little bit destructive in the way that I use sex. I just hooked up with people all the time, whether that be from Tinder or, like, dates that I went on, and, like, would hook up with them after the first date. And at the time, I didn't view it as destructive, because at the time I was having fun and I was enjoying myself, and, like, I was being safe about it. But I was definitely using casual encounters as, like, a way to replace, like, intimacy in my life that I had, like, lost after losing a partner. And I just didn't know what to do with my energy anymore, and I just, like, you know. So it definitely can work if you're doing it for the right reasons. And I think that, like, now, in where I am in my life, obviously with lockdown and stuff, I had a significant, like, break from casual encounters for like quite a few months. And then after I moved here, I like tried to kind of get back into like what I thought was like my normal like single habits of like going on dates and like casually hooking up with people. But it didn't feel the same because I think I wasn't in a period of mourning a breakup anymore. So I was like doing all the things that I used to do when I was mourning my breakup, and then realizing that like it wasn't fulfilling me in the same way, and it just kind of made me sad.
Yeah.
And so I ended up like meeting someone who's been like my friend with benefits for almost a year now. And then outside of like one random hookup that I regret, and then just like a small teeny little relationship that we only had like sex maybe like 3 times during like a 3-month long relationship. Like aside from those 2 instances, like he's been the person I've consistently been having sex with, and for him I'm the one person he's been consistently having sex with as well. And it's only like twice or 3 times a month. Like it's nothing super like we're seeing each other all the time, because like our schedules just don't allow for it and we're busy people. But it's honestly been like the healthiest casual hookup relationship that I've ever had, casual sex relationship I've ever had, just because like we're communicative and we care about each other in a way that's like, he doesn't just like come over, we fuck, and then he leaves. Like we come over, we share a bottle of wine, we have a really good conversation, we ask each other about our lives, like, you know, it's a whole like social event. Mm-hmm. And then like he'll go home, and that's like fine, because like we're both there for the same reason, and like we both put in the same amount of effort, so it works, you know, and we're very clear about things. I might be developing feelings, but I think I also might be confused.
That was a pretty long
I was like
so I know
that was a really great long monologue we had there about your casual sex.
Have to chat about that later.
It's okay. A year is a really long time to be having monogamous sex with somebody. And I honestly would be remiss if I didn't catch feelings at this point.
Right.
However, I might also just be confused because he offered to help me move. So
okay.
My love language.
Yeah, I was like, acts of service, question mark? So yeah, I don't know. It's like been working out so far, and obviously like I've been in a place in my life where I'm not really looking for a relationship either, and I'm not even sure if that's what I want or what I'm ready for. So it's been nice to be able to have those sexual needs met without having the pressure of like committing. It's given me a lot of space to still learn and grow on my own, because it's not consuming so much of my own personal time, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That's how I feel about long distance.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd like it. In fact, I was a real child about it. I was like pouting. I was like angry at no one but everyone. I was like, I can't not have sex for months. And I'm right. I can't. But it's really not as bad as I thought it would be. It's like you give up the instant gratification, but you get the independence. So kind of a trade-off I needed, if I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I thought I would hate it, and I still do, but I feel good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are
definitely
in a
been,
good
like-
mental space.
Are we in a good mental space?
It's like, sounds like it. Can't relate.
Yeah. Are you?
Oh.
Tell us about it.
No, I'm just trying to. It has nothing to do with relationships. It's just trying to be more creative and spend my time better. But on the topic of casual sex, I was thinking that the other day, because I don't have too many experiences with it, but I just remember this guy I was talking to on Tinder. I met him at a bar, and was wearing like a full suit, live downtown, work downtown. I was like, this is fun. We go up to his really nice apartment, like no furniture, so that was a little concerning. But I just remember in the morning, didn't offer me like water or anything, but his roommate had a bucket of 7-Eleven chicken wings from the night before. And he came up to me with it. He's like, you want some? I was like, I'm going to go home. I immediately just got the ick. I was like, I'm leaving.
Oh my God.
Call me a cab. Anyways. I feel like in movies and shows they make casual sex or like meeting someone at the bar seem like this really passionate, exciting thing. And it's typically not. Because it like oftentimes it's a little awkward and you're figuring things out, but I agree with what you were saying about using it to replace like relationships after breakups and stuff, because I think that's when I was doing it. So although I regret a few of them, but at the time it was just like, I'm just having fun, hanging out. But there's definitely more to it.
Yeah. That actually made me realize that I haven't had casual sex while not in the wake of a really bad breakup.
Yeah.
Like, I've never had it at a time when I'm happy. So I don't know if I even like it, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely like I said, it's changed for me, and the structure of how it's changed, like, for sure, where it's not a substitute for something else. It's just genuinely like I'm feeling like I need this release and this fun time, and like I think it would be good and healthy for me, and so I call up the person that I trust, and like we go for it. And I don't know, like, when is it not casual anymore where it's like I have like that one specific person that is, I guess, like, that is still casual sex, but like it's not like chaotic casual sex. If that makes sense. So, I don't know.
I think as long as it's consensual and you're both down for it, casual sex is awesome. It's not for everyone, and I don't think it should be used as a replacement, but also don't let anyone make you feel bad about it, because sex is different for everyone. So some people might think that you need to have some sort of emotional attachment, which is not true. Because there's a couple guys that I could be content with never seeing ever again. And that's just the way it is.
The way I think about it is like sex is good, emotions are good on their own and separate, and I'm pretty good at separating those. And when they're together, it makes both of them even better. I couldn't do a relationship without sex, and I couldn't do, like, I can do sex without a relationship, but like, you know, if a relationship is based purely on sex as opposed to like intimacy and feelings on a long-term basis, it's like obviously not going to be as good. But anybody else have last minute topics that they want to bring up?
How do you guys feel about dirty talk?
Ooh, fun one. I am trying to get better at it.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm like, was that stupid?
It's so hard.
Someone sent me a TikTok, and I can't remember what it was. It was a clip of the Nature Channel, and it was some Australian guy talking about like some type of like python, like a snake, and it was like when he asks you to talk dirty to him in the bedroom, and it's just this nature guy going like, look at the size of that thing, and the girth is absolutely amazing, and he was going into all these like scientific terms. I think that like it totally depends on my partner, and I feel like I do it more when I'm inebriated or drunk. Let's say, because when I'm stoned, I like no thoughts. But like when I'm drunk, I'll like be more into it. I'm more of a freak when I'm drunk. Like I don't know.
It loosens you
I'm
up.
with somebody I trust, obviously. But exactly. I don't know. That's fun. A little spicy.
I need to work on it because my dirty, like, what comes naturally to me is me going like, wow, you look like an angel. I love you so much. You're so beautiful. The romantic shit, and it's not sexy to everyone, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. But I start like overthinking it. Like just today, I was having sex, and I was topping, and I was like trying to figure out what I was gonna say. Basically, I was planning it out. I was like making my what is that called? Monologue, and it just didn't go to plan. So I was like expecting him to be like, I don't know, ready to have the sex. So I was like, oh my god, I was gonna say, you like that? You ready for this? And he was like, no. And it just derailed the whole thing. Like, what do I say to that? You need more time?
Oh my god, I would cry.
No. Like, I love that.
No.
Like, I'm trying to be dominating right now, but I'm not gonna, like, not go with consent.
Yeah.
So. And I was gonna do, like, a teasing thing. I was like, well, you can't have it yet.
Are you ready?
And I
you
just...
want this? No.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck.
So, still recovering from that one.
My downfall is that I make jokes too much during sex.
Oh, I'm bad for that.
And I definitely have been told to shut up. Which, like,
Shh,
can be sexy sometimes. But, like, definitely, like, sometimes it would just be like, oh my god, please stop talking. Because I'm trying to be a fucking comedian and it's just not the time.
No.
I like to laugh in the bedroom. So sometimes when awkward things happen, I'll make a joke about it. Like mid-coitus, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But like, it's kind of funny. Sex is kind of funny.
It is funny, and it's gross, and it's silly, and
Yeah.
but I just don't be trying to make the jokes.
Just commentary on what's happening.
Abby's like, a nun and
Like
a
your
cowboy
sports
walk into a bar.
commentary?
I'm used to, like, I prefer being dominated, so I don't think I really ever feel like I have to dirty talk. I like being dirty talked to. I got a tattoo a while back. And I told my partner this, he thought it was funny. But I don't know what in reference to. I think it was just about me, like, sitting still for so long. But my tattoo artist called me good girl. And I was like, okay. Holy shit. I was like, good thing I have this mask on. Holy fuck. But I just, learn new things about myself.
You can't just say that.
I know. I was like, what the fuck? But I hooked up with this girl once who liked being dirty talked too. And she liked, like, she wanted me to be mean to her, but I'm not mean. So I would, like, try, and then I would keep saying sorry. I think at one point I was like, I don't mean that.
Just immediately takes it back.
She was like, no, like, just say it. But anyways.
I like dirty talk for sure. I just feel like sometimes it can be awkward and I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? Maybe the next time I hook up with my casual sex partner, I'll try.
You should throw some in.
I should really just start trying to spice up that relationship a little bit more. But I feel like it just, we're not having enough. I'm a person that likes to have a lot of sex, like, all the time.
Yeah.
And so that only happens for me if I'm in, like, a partnership with somebody, because they're there more often. And like I said, our schedules don't line up, so, like, we can't be there more often than we are. So I really should just start, first of all, texting more, and then also, like, being a little bit more freaky. Because I do miss that. It's fun. So fun.
It's fun to push the limits of trust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did walk out of the bathroom after sex and told him he looked like a painting. which I thought was
That's
very
intimate.
kind and intimate.
Wouldn't call that dirty talk,
he did.
but it was a good
But it
effort.
was- Thank you. His penis looked very nice in the lighting that I had set up in my room at the time.
That's your dirty talk. Hey, you look nice down there. You're looking good.
You look like a Renaissance painting.
I'm just going back to like your
Yeah.
fanfic writing. You're just saying it like
God. You guys, I'm a Pisces Venus, okay? It's like never gonna...
I used to write like gay sex fan fiction. And I was like okay at it. I didn't really understand how the anatomy worked, and I was a virgin, so I thought male nipples worked like female nipples, which I don't really.
Wait, so you would write like a gay fan fiction about two dudes and they would be sucking on each other's nipples?
Yeah.
Some guys it is like it feels good for them, and others it just doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I missed that.
I feel like every guy I've hooked up with had been like, don't go anywhere near my nipples.
It's because all girls miss that.
Yeah.
Just
We all
test
just
them
miss
out.
the boob.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something and I forgot.
Where was I going with the... Why did I bring up the fan fiction? Just to embarrass myself? What was happening?
That's all we do.
Male anatomy, nipples.
What did you say before that?
His penis looked like a Renaissance painting.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you'd think that if I can write a sex scene between two anime characters, I could speak a sex scene into life.
Mm-hmm.
I could birth it from the brain, and I can't.
What animes would you write about? It's a safe space.
I wrote some Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Nice.
And I wrote some Free Iwatobi Swim Club. Do you know that one?
I'm kind of familiar. I haven't watched it though.
Okay. I was a speed swimmer as a kid, so it was really up my lane.
Not the swimming humor. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Oh my god. I think we're getting close to the end here. My AirPods are dying. A very fast death, unfortunately. But thank you so much for coming on, Taya.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, it's been a really fun episode. List your socials.
Sure. I only really use two. I'm on Instagram as Taya Way. That's TayaWey. And I have a podcast called Reverse Cowgirl, which you can just search up, and it's got a little heart made out of rope with a cowboy in the middle with some sexy assless chaps. You'll find it. Working on getting socials for that one, but I have anxiety.
Instagram keeps blocking her content.
Also that, yeah, it keeps taking down my content because it's sex stuff.
Yeah.
Which, like, I get it, but I'm still mad about it.
Yeah. And yeah, that's the podcast.
Shout out to Doug Hoyer for our intro and outro music. Mal for the graphics. And I feel like we should do a part 2 to this sometime.
Yes.
Go more in depth.
I still have so much I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Damn AirPods.
But we will see you next week or the week after.
The week after.
Or maybe
We'll see.
3 weeks from now. I don't know. I don't think you guys have very high expectations anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you again for coming on. That was fun. And see you all.